So before this whole pandemic situation, I was, going to work, going to school, living my life normally. Um, I had the freedom to do whatever I wanted, go wherever I wanted. And when I first saw this virus arise in, China, obviously I'm seeing it from a whole different part of the world, so I didn't really understand the fact that it could really reach us. It started off with me, not paying attention to it, not giving it much thought because I thought that it couldn't affect me. Now, fast forward, a couple weeks, we have our first case, in New Jersey. They shut down the schools. Um, at this point, I was happy still, we didn't have to go to school. My life was being affected, but I didn't fully grasp, how bad it could get. It started off with, them canceling school. I worked at an essential establishment. I worked at a supermarket, right? So, of course, my job wasn't closed yet. Or of course my job wasn't closed, right? But when I realized that this virus, was spreading a lot more, and the likelihood of me catching it, being that I worked at a supermarket, I'm working essentially with everybody. Everybody's walking in and out. You're coming in contact with everyone needs groceries, right? So I began to realize that I soon would not be able to go to work, just because of the simple fact that I have health issues. I have a low immune system, meaning that I could easily catch this virus. And then, not even just myself alone, my family suffers from, diabetes, um, issues with their lungs. So obviously I could not go to work, because if I catch this virus and bring it home, I'm not only putting myself in danger, I'm putting my whole family at risk. So, in the beginning, I looked at it as, oh, I don't have to go to work, I don't have to go to school. This is great, a vacation, right? Fast forward a few weeks. The quarantine goes from March to April. That's 2 months with no income. I've been working since I was 17. I have never been without a job. I've never been without a source of income since I began working at the age of 17. So being independent, having my own income, is something that I really value, and that it's important to me. I've always been into not having a source of income, not being able to help out like I would, it really took a toll. Being, stuck in this predicament, you could begin to feel, sad, get a little depressed, feeling hopeless. Are things even going to get better? Because all I'm hearing now is that this virus is not going to go away and then I began to talk to my friends about it. We're all stuck at home, we're all not going to work, we're all going through the same things. So when I began talking to my friends, I started to realize that we were all feeling the same thing. We were all, starting to realize that, it's a lot harder than we thought it would be. Not being able to be independent, not being able to, be financially stable like we were. Adjusting to the online classes rather than being in an actual classroom, which is hard. We paid for, in classroom teaching. So, that's been an adjustment to where you could start to get, a little bit sad, a little bit depressed during this time. Now, on the other hand, something that really, changed my whole view, changed my perspective, was my neighbor across the street. He was taken out of his home. And put into an ambulance. With that, when I saw that, looking at my window and seeing my neighbor obviously ill with corona, it really just changed my view, because it's like seeing somebody else, so close to me, literally across the street, being affected by this. It really took, a toll, because it's like this virus it's killing people. It's really changing people's lives, and it's affecting people more than we realize. You know, families are losing, you know, their loved one because of this virus. So me, I guess it really just reminded me just to be grateful for what I have. Be grateful for the roof over my head. Be grateful for the food on my table. And just remember that, you know, this will pass. And the only way to really get through this is to continue to be positive and just be thankful, you know? Be thankful for your life. So, although you can easily slip into this darkness over the fact that, you know, you aren't, just because you aren't, you know, able to do the things that you used to, you know, you can't go, you know, to the mall, things like that. That is really all nothing compared to the people who are losing their lives, to the people who are losing their loved ones, their brother, their sister, their daughter, their son. You know, it's just, during this time I've really taken the time to reflect on my life and be thankful for the things that I have, because there's people who are on the street who don't have a roof over their head, who can't even get a mask to cover their face. So it's like, you know, you just really gotta be thankful for what we have and the opportunities that we're given. You know, just because this corona shut down the schools, I'm still getting my education. I'm still working toward my degree. I'm still pursuing, you know, my goals, even though I'm stuck in the house.